This championship fight is flying by. Now they're mostly worried about Banks's left hook. You know, it was the one best shot of the fight, perhaps, single shot, but at the same time, he's got a big right hand. That's his calling card.
And as this fight gets difficult for Banks, you wonder how much would it help if he were turning to the corner to the familiar face of Emmanuel Stewart, who's not only his lifelong trainer, but maybe the best trainer in boxing.
Yeah. James Basher, very experienced in the corner, though. An exchange there. There's the right hand. Adamek backs up to the ropes and holds on.
Banks senses an opportunity here, Nick.
Adamek's got stung a little bit. Here comes Banks. He's pressing forward now. He's got to start punching. Adamek almost inviting him in, but Banks clinches like they're both a little tired. I thought the champion got stung in that.
He did, but no follow-up. Banks didn't seem like he had the legs to create the distance.
Here comes second wind. Is Adamek resilient?
Oh,
right hand and a return. Right counter punch. Oh, Banks looks tired. Sudden explosion. Here comes Adamek. Body shots. Banks in serious shape. Eddie Cotton looking in. Suddenly it's over. Oh, look at poor Banks in the corner. Didn't know what hit him. We didn't take those shots, we could tell you. It was Tomasz Adamek. He softened up Banks with the body shots starting in the 6th round. Took over the fight in the second half. Patience the key. Oh, Banks on his feet. He was just neutral corner in sad, sad shape. But Steve, he went down, like I like to say, in flames. He didn't run all night.
I'm not going to criticize Eddie Cotton for not stopping the fight after the knockdown. But as Banks got up and he waved the fighters together, there was not a doubt in my mind that he was going down again and going down hard.
Absolutely. I agree. Oh, the crowd sure got what they wanted. So did Tomasz Adamek, to prove that 78 days after winning a hard-bitten, grueling, draining title fight could come back and close it out inside the distance here on Showbox, here in virtually his hometown, Newark, New Jersey. Tomasz Adamek. I thought he was stung even earlier in the round, it seemed.
The way he fights, you felt that even though Banks was landing effectively the first 2 or 3 rounds, it didn't bother Adamek at all. He's so confident in his style. I was a little critical that he didn't accelerate a little faster. Turns out he knew exactly what he was doing. He didn't have to. Once he took control of the fight was basically over.
Steve, the granite chin, the fact that he could take shots, that he just never gets out of his game plan that way. He doesn't get completely rattled. And just that mental toughness again, not to lose a round and come back and move on to the next one. That's mental toughness to me. So Adamek wanted to set up that right hand, he said.
But it was Banks, Nick. It was Banks with the big right hand. And Adamek, we talk about his chin. You could see that this gave Banks hope for the first time in about 3 rounds. Look at the right hand flush. I mean, you can't hit a guy harder. And I do think Banks hits harder than Cunningham, who landed so many right hands against Adamek. But in the same round, the right hand, that was it. The fight was over from that one right hand. It's basically a one-punch knockout. Banks gets up, but he's done. Once again, beautiful right. You know what? Our first fight was short. One guy took the right hand. The other guy delivered it back. That was the difference in the fight. You could say the same thing here. When Banks landed his big right hand, Adamek took it flush. Didn't get rattled. But when Adamek landed the big right hand, you could see what happened to Banks. And look at him here. He's lifeless. His hands are low. Now he picks it up. Adamek, veteran move, went first to the body there to finish the fight, and then to the head.
He was defenseless. The right move by Eddie Cotton.
Wow, you want to see a beaten fighter. Watch the way Banks goes down here. His eyes had that far away look. You can even tell from a shot that far away.
I'll tell you, academic, but going into that 8th and fateful round, all 3 judges had Adamek winning, 2 of them by a point, 1 by 3 points. So it is very official here with an exclamation point as Tomasz Adamek makes the first defense of his IBF Cruiserweight title. Oh, explosive. To Joe Antonacci.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 1 minute and 30 seconds of round number 8. Your winner by technical knockout and still the IBF Cruiserweight Champion of the World from Gliwice, Poland, Tomasz Adamek.
First loss for Jonathon Banks, and it was a crushing defeat. Banks gave Adamek a lot to think about. 2 of the judges gave Banks the first 2 rounds, so Adamek stayed patient. He was playing catch-up, whether he knew it or not. And he came back and he swept the last 3 before that 8th round, so he took over the fight on all 3 judges' cards, and certainly on ours, in the 5th round. So Tomasz Adamek breaks down and knocks out Jonathon Banks. The champion is with Steve Farhood now.
Early in the fight, Banks had some success, but Tomasz never looked in the least bit concerned. Is that accurate?
Na początku kilka razy cię trafił, ale nie sprawiałeś wrażenia kogoś, kto się przestraszy lub chce zmienić sposób walczenia.
I'm mountain guy, I'm hard, my chin is very hard. I like a hard fight, I'm very happy I could win. Dziękuję, że mogę wygrać, pokazać się w telewizji Showtime. Thank you TV Showtime and thank you people which coming to the big fight, my fight.
Yeah. Anything you want to add there that he said in Polish?
Yeah, he said he was so happy so he could show how good a boxer he is, not only before the Showtime television, which is proud to show whatever he can do in the ring, but also in front of all those people.
Banks landed a big left hook in the 2nd round, I believe it was, and some big right hands. Did he get Tomas's respect? Did Tomasz come forward a little more slowly because he was fearful of getting hit with those big shots again, or no?
Dwukrotnie trafił cię w drugiej i w trzeciej rundzie prawą ręką. Czy powód, dla którego atakowałeś go mniej w tym czasie, był taki, że poczułeś respekt do tych ciosów?
Znaczy, ja od początku wiedziałem, że ma prawą rękę, dlatego trener mi powiedział tak: lewy blok, czekasz cierpliwie, bo moja szybkość jest przez 12 rund. I wyczekałem po prostu, tak jak Andrzej powiedział mi w czasie każdej rundy: czekaj cierpliwie, nie napalaj się. Masz go, powiedz, że ja go czułem na widelcu, ale czekałem, byłem cierpliwy, bo nie chciałem zapaść jakiegoś ciosu.
Of course, I got a lot of respect of the right hand of Jonathon Banks. I knew he can hurt me anytime, but from the beginning, my trainer Andrew Dmitruk told me, just be patient, your time will come, just don't do anything stupid, don't go forward, too recklessly, your time will come, you will be able to utilize your speed.
And the body punching seemed to turn the fight around clearly in Tomas's favor.
Kilkakrotnie zacząłeś trafiać go na ciało i wyglądało tak, że to zmęczyło go. Czy uważasz, że to zmieniło sposób walczenia Banksa?
Ja robiłem swoje, gdybym się odchylał, można powiedzieć, że bardzo siadł na tylnej części, wiedział, że obserwowali moje walki, wiedzieli, że mam dobrą lewą rękę, dlatego siadł mi troszeczkę na tą stronę, więc chciałem zmienić tempo, żeby nie przyzwyczaić go do ciosów, że uderzam na górę, więc zmieniłem ciosami na dół.
I realized they were watching my fights before, so they were trying to do everything to prevent those body shots. But then I changed the tactic. I started fighting slightly different, so I was able to connect with more body shots. And this is what changed the fight.
In the past, Tomasz was a light heavyweight champion. Now he's clearly #1 cruiserweight in the world. Yesterday at our fighter meetings, he told us about his future plan, something we didn't know about. Maybe he could tell us again what he'd like to do in the near future.
Byłeś mistrzem świata do 175 funtów, jesteś absolutnie niekwestionowanym najlepszym bokserem w wadze cruiserweight, ale wczoraj zdradziłeś, że być może masz jeszcze jakieś plany. Czy mógłbyś powiedzieć ich trochę więcej?
Powiedz, że w boksie wszystko jest możliwe. Czyli wszystko może się wydarzyć, wszystko może się wydarzyć, to jest już telewizja, powiedz, że tutaj propozycje są z telewizji i one rządzą.
Chodzi o tą wagę ciężką.
No wszystko jest możliwe.
What I'm saying is everything is possible. I believe in United States of America everything is possible. So I can fight as a heavyweight and maybe win the championship as a heavyweight.
Chcę walczyć